All right. Well, for those of you who might want to endure going through this for the long haul, I'm doing it really from the beginning to the very end. So who knows how long this will take. All right. I'm just getting the tablet started up. Let me get the measurements for this thing because I know I don't have it. So hold on one second. You're 16 by 20, I bet. Yes, nope, you're 14 by 20. All right. Alrighty. Don't know why I just went there for. That didn't make no sense. Let's go over here. All right. I hope the fan noise don't bother you too much. Hey, Marilyn, sweet and sassy. Hello, Lori, sweet and sassy. Okay, guys, this is 14 by 20 inch foam board with watercolor paper glued to it. So that's what this is. I'm zoomed up, obviously. For some of you guys who want to endure the long haul of this, I'm going straight from the very, very beginning to the very, very end. Who knows how long it will take. Oh yes, I know, sweet and sassy. I know it's you. I know I did sub to your channel, your new channel. Good to see you. Okay, basically, I'll be tracing the outline and a few minor details of the barn. Okay, and that's all I really want. And for those of you who've never seen me do this, okay, basically all I did was take a graphite pencil, and you see all those marks. I know it's a crisscross pattern on it. That's because I did it on the back of a backing board. Okay, but it's all lead back there, and you just really place it where you want, tape it, and then there you go. That's really that simple. Okay. Now, do I have to be truly exact? That's really up to you and how you want to do it. I don't necessarily want to do that for, believe it or not, the sake of time. All right, now I do have just a regular writing pen. Okay, and I'll just trace the barn itself. And I'll be very careful in doing it. Freehanding the barn really gives it a more natural look than doing it with a ruler. You do it with a ruler, it starts looking like an architectural drawing. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. All right. So it's really up to you how you want to do this. I am doing the framework of the roof here. I think I'll keep that. I did this barn before, but I've never really gotten into the framework of the thing, so I'll do it this time. All right, I'll put the mark here for the slats. All right. And just be mindful of where things are. I really don't have to put the grate there. That's part of the fencing. I won't put the fencing there. I will sketch out the door frame. There's certain key elements that I still want in the painting that I would like to keep, which is why you see me doing what I'm doing right now. The door, I'll do it like this. It is there, little weird frame thing for the door. Door comes down like this. I'll have it come across. I'll do that part with the door. Door kind of swings open here. Now there's like a little cliff there. All right, I'll do the inside of the door. Here's another slat right here. I don't know if I got the inside of this or not. I'll just do it anyway. And the open part of the door here, part of the land right here. I'll even paint this crooked door here. I'll just make a nice rundown thing. Just like that. I don't need to go into super detail with the sketch part. I'll add that in later. Like that. I'll come back here and do it here. I'll add this because there's bricks underneath, so I'll just add the bricks. Like that. Actually, the bricks are here. So I made an error, but that's all right. This is pencil lead, so it's okay. Right under here, I'll add the ground. The ground goes in like that. What else did I want to add in this? There's a slat here. There's a slat right here. I don't know if I painted it or drew it in, but I'll just draw it in again in case I did forget. I did not draw the bottom part of the roof. Very important. All right. It's like that. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I need to add. Here's a little bit of the ground here. I'll put that shadow in there. I'll put the kind of a shadow of a beam in there in the darkness. I'll put an X here. I'll put an X here because it's dark there. Right in here. I'll do it lightly. I'll put an X here. It's dark there. Right in here. I'll do it lightly. Come up. It's just a shadow. And I'll put X's. And X's in comic books. When pencilers used to do this, it means just a solid black line, just dark ink or whatever. All right, now I'm gonna lift this up. I'll get to your text in a second, your chat. And let's see how far I got with that. Let's see if I got enough of what I need here. I think I do, believe it or not. The slat goes here. I think I got the slat going that way. Yes, I need the slat going this way. The door swings open here. We got a door that swings open. Put a door right there. I think we pretty much got it. This part of the barn, see, this part is in back, believe it or not. I think I got what I need so far. Now you see the error I did here. Okay. It actually goes out that way, and the other line goes out that way. All right, so it goes straight across like that. So I can actually exaggerate that a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. That's all right. Let's give a little bit of a awning right here. Now remember, this is all in pencil, so whatever's there I can erase if I don't want it. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. Now, I can use this for reference. You know, up to me, really. But it's just a bunch of slat woods going down. We'll show you how to do that. All right. Hey, Johnny. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, you must be talking to Lori. You weren't talking to me. I don't give no reminders. I just pop on, and I shouldn't do that, but you know, like I said, I don't think I need any of this. All right. Now I can approach this guy in a few different ways. I guess I'll put him right here for now. All right. I can approach this fellow a couple different ways. Okay. And I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play around today with the inking of this guy before I tape it up. All right. Now, for the next part, I may or may not use the ruler. It all depends. All right, but this is gonna look like more or less a black and white photograph when I'm finished with it. Okay. So there might be some of you who will be interested in this part. There might be some of you who will shy away from this part, like a vampire and a cross. I don't think I have any. No, I got India ink here. Yep, here we go. This is actually airbrush ink. If you guys want to see what it looks like here. All right, go back a little bit. You guys can see that liquid text. All right, or you can see it here. Okay, that's what I have. I don't have the other camera on. I could put it on. It shouldn't be really in the way. In a perfect world, we'll see. Actually, all I gotta do really is turn the thing on. So hold on for a second. No, I gotta switch the camera view. If I switch the camera view, it's gonna scrunch all of this in. Okay, but I'll show you the, there we go. See, it kind of scrunches it in a little bit, but you kind of get the drift of the thing. The reason why I did that is to show you what I'm going to do with the ink later on. Okay. So I guess I'll put a little bit of this ink. Oh, I'll put it where you guys can see it. I'll just kind of put it right there. I highly doubt it will evaporate, but we'll see. Okay. Since I'm gonna probably more or less go that route with this this project, I'll use some. I'll ink this in with a waterproof pen. It's a Sharpie. One of these guys. Okay, it is a Sharpie, almost like a ballpoint pen. Okay, all right. Now, I usually scoop myself up when I start doing this. Now, there's times I really would use a ruler on some of this, not all of it, but on certain parts, I will use a ruler. Just to make it exact. Just bear with me a few. Like I said, I've been doing this from the beginning to the end. Sometimes when you guys see me do stuff like that, it's usually partially done. This part is usually done. Usually. I kind of want to be a little more exact on the roof part, the framing. Really the outside awning of it. I want to kind of get that in there. Now by the time I put all this color and whatever I want to do with the background, foreground in here, the barn itself will be pretty much the last thing to be painted. I just wanted to show you guys how and what it entails to do all of this stuff here. We're gonna go through a bit of glazing and all that fun stuff. It's a Friday. I'm actually caught up on all the rest of my doings and goings on, so might as well do this, you know. Entrance of the door. Let's see what else we got over there. Of course, we got the weird framework here. There. I think we got another one up there. I think it's the top of the door. Right about there. And we got the continued framework right there. A lot of this will be taken care of with shadows, striations, all that good stuff. And it's a fine black pen that I'm doing this with also. I can freehand this. I can probably tighten it up and bring it back in like that. That's no big deal. Frame here, same thing. I can just kind of like so. Now this part was the part that was kind of weird. I'll tighten this up right now. Hello Maria, how are you? Welcome back. This painting is definitely for the people for the long haul on this one. We're gonna be here for a minute. Like I say, it's not like I got anything to do. Now I can sketch, well, I can paint over it. I can do that. It's just the land right in here. I can come down a little bit like that. It's okay. Do a little bit of that here. The land comes down. Come here. Oh, yeah, that's the bottom part of the door. We'll kind of angle the door outward like that. It's actually the door here. Like that. Kind of have it like that. Alright. Remember, this part of the door is crooked. So we've got this part of the door, it comes down like this. The other door goes back up like that. It's kind of a crooked, homely looking door. Alright. Then the frame of the door is here. Other frame of the door is here. Then we're going to come here, we'll get it kind of rough looking, like so. Alright. Now, remember, it's all dark under here. I just didn't put any X's there. Down here are bricks. Okay. Alright. We've got a little sliver of something up in here. We'll put that in there a little bit later. We've got something that fades out in here. We'll bring that down and we'll continue the land up in here like this. Alright. We've got a crooked door right here. Crooked piece of the door, we'll put it in there like that. We'll give it a little bend in there. This is the outer edge of the door. It comes that way and it comes straight down like that. We got another part of the door right in here. All that is dark. I think I got what I need now. The shadow part, I'm not too concerned about. This is the same one, Maria. Same one. I do have a number of them. Matter of fact, I think they're the ones you've taken the pictures of, including the tobacco bar. I still have that. As you see, I can freehand the whole thing. It really doesn't matter. I believe I got what I need, what I'm looking for from this. I don't need the ruler anymore for anything. So we'll put Mr. Ruler back. I will keep the barn up here because we're not really done with it yet. Now, as you see down below, I got this liquid ink. This is acrylic, but it's just liquid acrylic. All right. We're gonna do some things with this fellow here. Let me erase some stuff I'm not really concerned about. If you want to keep the shadows, that's fine. This is a permanent marker. This is on watercolor paper. The watercolor paper I've gotten is 18 by 24 inches sheets. And so I just cut it to the 14 by 20 you see here. Okay. I'm just erasing a few of the pencil marks, just a few of them. Just to get rid of pencil marks. I do this even if I'm not showing anybody anything. I erase a lot of the pencil marks to get them out of there. Okay. I think that's it, really. I really do think that's it. Okay, let's play. We got these slats here. Okay, and then we've got this to take care of. And I'll probably more than likely just keep them black, keep it simple. Okay. Let's take a brush for right now, and we'll just kind of paint the dark areas in. And I'm gonna show you, this is like an inking trick. All right. Yeah, I tend to keep the barns. I think I got them on the computer somewhere in my files. So if I destroy the paper once, I can always print out another black and white. So it's no big deal. All right, I'll dip a little bit of, I don't saturate it. Okay. This is watercolor paper, so it will kind of, you know, sink into the paper. It's all good, and it does dry ridiculously fast. All right. Okay. Let's get to getting here. This will go by relatively quickly, but I'm going to show you what I do, making interesting special effect patterns and whatnot. Okay. And I'm just dipping really the edge of this stuff because it is liquid. I just dip the edge in there and just go from there. And just be very careful about that edge. Just like that. Come on in. It's quite a bit of fluid on the liquid on this brush. So it's just me being particularly careful. This paper is designed for this because it is watercolor paper after all. I made a little error there, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. If you make a mistake like that, so what? You'll be okay. You'll see. You'll see. You will be all right. You're not going to melt. You'll be fine. I do it all the time. So, if I expect to do this and not worry about any mistake, this is the wrong profession to be in. It does happen. I'll just kind of block it all in. Still using generally the tip of the brush. I don't need to soak the brush half to death for this stuff. I do, as you can hear, have the fan going. It is pretty warm in here. So yes, I'll block in all the areas that need to be dark. I'll feather the other stuff in there later. Now, even in doing this, it might not make any sense. It might look a little odd to you. But you know, you can take the same barn and put it in different scenery, and it won't even look like the same barn. And it's just because of the scenery you put it in. All right. Usually when I'm done with all my little chores and duties and done driving around doing what I have to do, if I'm really caught up on everything, to which I am, I have a whole lot of expendable time. And I might as well paint. So that's why I'm here. I'll look at your chat in 1 second. Let me just get this little spot done here. You guys are more than free to talk to me. Talk amongst yourselves, whatever makes you happy. All the spots that should be dark, I'm putting them in there right now. I very rarely use solid black, as some of you may know. There's always exceptions. Today's one of them. I know doing something like this is going to take a pretty good chunk of time, so that I knew. So as you see me do this, you'll see more and more of this stuff start to come together. I want the bottom of this, what I'm doing, to be kind of rough on purpose. I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm gonna just rough it out. Use the side of my brush and just kind of rough that out a little bit, just like that. All right, it will make sense in a minute. I promise it will. I promise this will look like something. I promise. Honest, it will. Honest. Honest. No, I don't need that. All right. Let's let that dry up a little bit. We're gonna get cute afterwards. I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I have to refresh my chat section because sometimes it tends to freeze. Okay. It doesn't take very long for this stuff to dry and solidify. Okay. Let's work on this. It's already dry, so we'll work on that. All right. I can take a comb brush. I should be able to spot one here. I do have them various sizes. Oh, I should use the bigger one. I'll use the bigger one. I'll show them to you. They are in 3 sizes. These happen to be the slanted variety. If you can't see it on the small screen, I'll show it to you on the larger one. But here they are on the smaller screen. I'll put them against my sweater. You can kind of see them. That small one, there you go. All right, so you can kind of see their look. I'll show them to you here on the bigger screen. Okay, maybe you can probably see it in the black paint there. Twirl it around there, you can see. Even that little tiny one got them too, see? Okay. And maybe you guys can see them here. There, all right. These are angled. They have flat ones also the same way. Okay, all right. Okay, let's take, I'll take the same flat brush. We're gonna dip it into some water. All right, well. Hello, Jen, how are you? Yeah, I see you on your channel. with your lifelike mutant babies. I don't know how you can make something creepy and cute at the same time, but you seem to have done it. I'm going to take some water, and I'm just going to pour the water on here. Of course, I didn't clean out my brush the best, but that's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Put some water there. The water will only go where I place it. That's it. And I'm kind of glad it's kind of stained up. At least you know where it is. Kind of work kind of brisk, because obviously it's water and it will dry. It's damp, but it's starting to dry already. So you deal with watercolor, you have to work kind of briskly with it. All right. So the longer you let it stay, the longer, the quicker it will dry. But this it should be about right. This should be okay. Now what it's going to do is when I go across it with this comb brush, it's going to spread and spider out. All right. So I should technically use the smaller one for this before I do this. I should use the smaller one, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm only going to use the tip of the brush. The ink is only on the tip. We're going to go straight down with it. It'll probably spider and splay out a little bit. Who knows? We'll see. Nope, it's not wet enough. So it's actually saving me. Very good. A little bit more. That's because the water dried up that quick, but it's okay. Some go straight down, some go across. Put it right at the very end there. Just like that. So the water is actually dried up. And you're laughing. I'm not. Them things look like they could just turn their heads by themselves like this. Nah, not in my house. I'm dousing it with water a little bit more here, as you can see. So I'm kind of glad once again that this stuff is stained, so you can actually see. Now, if I go across it with that, it's definitely going to kind of spread out a little bit. So I have to be a little careful. Take some of this off. If I go down and go straight down, what you'll kind of see, it will start to kind of spider out a little bit. So I don't have to add too much. I can go up with it also. Like that. All right. But now you kind of start to see what it's looking like here. All right. I got to add a little bit of a shadow under there. I forgot. I'll wipe off some of the ink off the brush and continue. It's a little rough looking thing starting to spider out now, which is a beautiful thing. Okay. There's the spidering. See that? Just like so. Some of it's starting to look kind of grayish, so I'm going to darken that up a little bit. Come on up like that. And then just leave it be. Oops, that was a mistake. Hold on. I wanted to dip into the water, not the ink. Right up in here. Now remember, the water will only go where you place it. And the effect will only happen where you got the water. Got me? Good. I'll use this brush here. You see it start to kind of fade and spread out there. Like so. All right. Okay. We'll get some of that going up in here too. I'll just use my finger. It's only a little spot right up in here. Just like that. Play around with it. Pop a couple of those in there like this. Put one right in the center, deep one. Like that. Get a nice deep, dark line right in there. So it'd be the gap of the door. All right. Okie dokie. Let's do some more playing here. Right up in here. Just kind of darken that a little bit. We'll take the tiny guy. Just like that. I can take some without the water. It just makes a more piercing black. Like so. I'll wet some of this up. I use the same brush, I'll just wet it up only on the spots where it needs it, like that. And we'll kind of put some of that in there like that. Let's grade up a little bit. All right. Yeah, I had a few of those. I gave them away. I had 13 of them, 12, 13 of them, something like that. I had quite a few of them, but I gave them away. Of course, it's one of those things you could have kicked yourself, but, you know. I was being more of a musician than artist at the time. This is over 20 years ago. But there was a young man who was going into the same field, and I'm like, well, I'm about to give your dad a big discount, and you can just have all of mine. And mine were in great, decent condition, so needless to say, he had quite a lot of fun with them. All right. Bring Mr. Rake back out for these. Just do the tip. Be careful with your angle brush. Takes a little practice. Like that. Now I do have bricks under here, so I'll take the pen. I'll just kind of sketch them in real quick, loose like. We'll start from, it don't matter. We'll just kind of start from here. Show you guys how to pop off some bricks real quick. I'm not too worried about getting my hands stained or anything like that, because the stuff, even when it's saturated with a little water, it still soaks into the paper. It still dries. Don't worry about it. Okay, those are the most half-done lines for bricks, right? But watch what happens. Watch what happens. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Just materializes into bricks real quick, huh? Look at that. See how quickly you can do that? See that? What you're doing is the impression. It's a suggestion of bricks. But there you go, bricks. Your eye fills it in and does the rest. All right. Oh yeah, I'm full of tricks, Jen. It's called being old. Oh, what else do we got here? Yeah, I think that's about it, really. I can exaggerate that even more, but we're gonna add color and whatnot to this. Technically, this is it. It's done. Okay, and it's dry. All right. Okay. Now for the next fun part. 2-inch tape. But before I do that, just make sure we're totally good here. The paint brush is a lot better than your hand wiping this stuff off because your hand has oils in them. All right. Okay, so we got a black and white wash drawing of a barn, and you know that's that. You take your now. Make sure the stuff is dry when you do this. Okay, make sure it's dry. It's all right. It'll do. It's dry enough. And if it isn't, don't worry. It's black and white. You just cover it over again. Do it again. Black and white. All right. You guesstimate how long you need a piece of tape, whatever. I try to make I do overlap, but I try to make it as thin as possible. All right. I know it's annoying when you just got that little piece, you got all this tape, right? Shameful. That's why you get 1/2-inch tape. I think we got just about everything else. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the droning of the fan. All right, now you know why we use the kind of yellow tan looking 1/2-inch tape. You can see right through it. So when you get the X-Acto knife and do the cutting, you cut around exactly where you need to be, and that's that. Okay, all right. Be very careful with the X-Acto knife. Those of you who are real good screens, that's not blood, that is red paint. It didn't impale myself. Remember where you start off at. Now I'm a lefty. All right, now it's just easier for me, so I'll just start here. I'll give it a little press because I am on foam board. I can press it and just trace it as careful as you can. I'm not moving my wrist, I'm moving my whole arm doing this. If you're wondering why my head is at an awkward angle when I'm doing this, is because, believe it or not, these glasses are bifocals. That's why. I'll go from this corner. I can press pretty firmly on this. Because the paper is glued on there, it's not coming apart. So you can be pretty general on where this stuff is. All right. And if you cut it pretty good, you shouldn't have too much issue peeling this mess off. It's just where the tapes are seamed at, you might have a little issue. All right. That's part of the tape where I folded it over, so it doesn't matter. I can just kind of get that out of there, get it out of my way. And then come up here and do the rest. I'm doing it pretty firmly because this knife isn't the sharpest. I've been using it for a minute. I would prefer a slightly dull knife than one that's razor sharp. That's just my preference. Some people like, whoops, don't do that. There. Some people like super sharp knives, blades. They're okay until you cut yourself and you don't realize it till like 30 seconds later when you bleed all over your work. Talking from experience, it's just not a good feeling. Looks like something there. It might not be. I guess it's not. Looks like it is. Feels like it is. Might not be though. I'll find out later on when I peel it off. All right, that should be it in a perfect world. We'll see you in a second. Yeah, there you go. All right, all right. All right, so we're taped off here. What is that? That bugs me. It might be part of the paper that ripped. So, all right, but anyway, there you go. What we're gonna do is zoom out a little bit here, and then we'll just start painting the picture around this. All right. You had me extremely worried there, Jen, talking about, I'm glad I fully read that. Cutting, you know, you really get my heart pumping when you start saying cutting off nipples. All right, for pacifiers for my dolls. Okay, that brings it right back down to a G rating. All right. Let's see. Now, the way I have my camera and everything situated, I have to actually get up. So bear with me. There's this annoying fruit fly that I'm going to have to kill by the end of this broadcast. I have to do this in a way where I'm not in you guys' way. All right, we're going to bring this out a little bit. I know that I'm seated over here, so it actually has to go out more this way. I think I might keep it. Here. I just gotta slide me up and over. Okay. Actually, I should keep myself downward so I can do the sky. But I can be up like that. All right. I'll leave it up to you guys. You let me know. If you want a more true version of this and you want it wider, I can take me off of here. And the only thing I'll have is the palette. I can pop me out of there, no problem. So, oh, like I wasn't going to mention that. You know, that could have been one of those trigger words. Let's pop the focus on that a little bit. So let's do something while you guys are deciding. Actually, no, I won't be able to do that. I thought I would be able to, but I won't be able to. I think it takes the bottom one off. Yeah, the palette won't come on. No, the palette will not come back on. I would have to reverse things, and that wouldn't, yeah. But I know I can take me out of there. Let's see. I think I'll take me out of there like that. I can take me out of there, and you'll have a full whatchamacallit. But I can bring the palette back. All right. So yeah, you guys will still be able to hear me, but I can bring the palette back. Of course, it gets much mush. You know, the painting gets mushed up, and you just have the palette. So I can do it that way. But if I do it that way, I might as well put my picture back up there, or I can just do it. Number one, I just have the full thing out there like that. Well, I'll put the well, I might as well put me back up there then, because I think I'm in the same area. Yeah, I'm somewhere around there. All right, we'll do it that way. Okie dokie. All right. Well, you see me go through this. Okay. Obviously, it's a barn, so there's going to be trees in it. I don't think I really want much of a sky today. I think I'll just have it surrounded by a lot of green. We'll do it that way. We'll just get a whole bunch of green, and then we'll do our separation from that. It's something a little different. So no sky. We're gonna play around with a whole lot of green today. All right. Okay. So we have black. We're gonna get some more black going on. I'll just put this right on top of the ink. It doesn't matter. This is a full bottle. It's just extremely thick paint. I'll just put it right on top of the ink. It's all right. Acrylic on top of acrylic. Why am I using so much black? You'll see in a second. Where did I have this? I guess I had it over there. All right, let's get some yellow going. You know what? Let's try yellow ochre today. I always use the cad yellow, the bright stuff. Yes, focus pretty good. Let's put the yellow red next to it. Let's put a nice little batch of it right in here like that. All right. Believe it or not, those two colors will make green and make a deep olive green, a little dark green there. Let's go for some deep colors today. Why not? Let's go with a little bit of alizarin crimson right in there like that. All right. We're gonna get some phthalo blue in there too. I'm not a fan of painting animals, no. I can do them, but yeah, I usually don't. I do have in mind a nice polar bear and cub in the cave. I got a nice picture of that. The horse would be about like that size. The chickens would be dots. So no, you're gonna have to bother. Well, you're gonna have to, yeah, get one of those Norman Rockwell type people to do all of that for you. All right, let's put a big mashup of green all over the place here. Let's take I guess I can use a little bit of glycerin. I don't need the barn picture anymore. Now, obviously, one day I will come back to this barn. So I'll just fold the tape. I'll place this. I got a notebook that has these sketches in it. I'll just place it right over here for right now. Out of my way. All right, let's get some batches of green going on for right now. I just want interesting shapes and patterns, and we'll build off that. There won't be any sky. We're gonna cover all this with woods. Okay. All right. I'm thinking here. Looks like I'm gonna be using one of these monster brushes to really kind of cover this stuff up here. I'm looking for what giant brush I can mess with today. Not that one. I haven't really messed with this monstrosity. We'll play with this today. I think there's a reason why I don't mess with this. I think it's because of that gap in the center. I don't like that, but we'll play with it today. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll get some black. We'll just pull out the black just like that. Get some Indian yellow. Watch what happens when I add black and yellow together. Look at that. Add a little bit more. And you get this weird looking kind of deep green going on there. See that? Green. Look at that. Black and yellow, guys. All right. I could put a little glycerin in on there or a little water to loosen it up. We'll just try water today. Put a little water on the brush. Put it in there. Just massive loads of green right now. I'll just kind of put it in there like so. All up in here, like that. Let's get some more of this stuff. Got some black in it. A little more. We'll tease some blue in there, like that. We'll pop some of that in there like this. Just stuff. All different patches and colors of green in there. Come on down here. No gaps of anything, just all that green. Put it in there. Let's take a little bit of blue. We'll put the blue here. A little bit of that yellow. Got a different flavor of green going on. Put that in there, all up in the corner. All in here, all in there. Put some in there like that. Just bash it in there, just like that. All right, you're not gonna see the barn much. There might be a gap or two, but you're not gonna see it too much. Put it in there. I know we have grass happening and whatnot. We'll get to that later. Let's use some more of that green. Get some more phthalo blue. Put it in there. Some more of that in yellow. This giant brush here. And we'll kind of pop some of that in there like this. Just throw it in there. Whole lot of green like that. Let's get some of this red. Put that red in there. This weird gray-green stuff happening. Put it up in there, dark, right up down here at the bottom. We'll use more of that red and green on the bottom there. A little bit more red. We'll put some of that in here like that. I know it looks crazy. Doesn't look like I have all the screws left there, but there's something ticking around in here. A little bit of water, a little bit more red. Giant brush. Put it in there. All down here on the bottom. Put it in there. Mash it in there. You got all flavors of green going on in there. A little more of that maroon stuff. A little more of that blue stuff. A little touch of that yellow stuff. And pop it right in there. Down below here. Try to kill all the white in there. This is water, not glycerin. So what I'm putting on here will dry rather quickly. It's kind of what I want. As you see, it's only that much of the barn left. It's okay. All right, let's get a little black. It's mixing in with, we'll put a touch of yellow in it, just like that. We'll come over where where the top of the barn is, and we'll kind of put little dark shapes in there. Just on top of where the barn is, kind of frame the barn in a little bit with that darkness there, like that. You get a little more black, just get it, pull it a little bit. A little bit of that green, we'll pull that in there too. And we'll kind of pop some of that in there. Once again, we'll try to frame that barn up a little bit in that darkness, like so. Oh, maybe somewhere around in here a little bit. I'll wipe the rest down in here somewhere, just kind of mash it in there, some of that darkness there. Get some more of it. Put it all in here, down on the bottom somewhere. All right, I know, don't look like woods now, does it? It should be easy then. Lori, if Jen calls you crying, saying that one of her baby's heads keeps spinning around and start talking back, just hang up on her. Poor child lost it. All right. We'll gather where the land more or less would be. We'll do it with a few bits of bark, or I keep calling it bark, but it's actually tree trunks. We'll throw a couple of those in there. All right. All right. I guess I'll throw some sienna in there. Whoops, I didn't mean it to throw it on the edge like that, but it happened. All right, we'll throw some sienna in there. I guess I will use a little bit of this ultramarine blue, why not? So we'll get a touch of ultramarine blue, we'll put it in there. A slight touch of titanium white. We'll put it somewhere. Guess we'll throw it right there. Don't matter. Okay. I'll use this brush. It doesn't matter. All right. Let's get a little bit of this brown. We'll just get a nice chunk of it out like that. Okay, got brown. We'll get a little touch of, if I can get some out of here, a little touch of white. We'll put it in the brown. It'll just grade up a little bit, like that. A little scant bit of blue. It just grades it out. Now, when I place this on here, it's gonna look a little darker when it dries, all right? It should be enough. Okay, so we'll throw some bits of tree trunks in there. Just like this. Some a little higher, some a little lower. We'll just put them in there. They don't necessarily have to connect to anything, because there'll be branch leaves coming off of these guys. Put some right coming down here like that. Some big ones here, like this. And we'll throw one right up under there like that. Well, maybe pop a crooked one in there. This is a lawyer tree. It's crooked there, just like that. Put another one in there. Various sizes. All right. I'm using pure paint, no water. It's just paint right out the tube, just mixed. Simple reason that it dries very quickly. Put some little ones in there. You'll see some of them you won't, you know. Put some more up there. Okay. Pop a couple in there like that. I'll throw a big one in there like that. We'll get a little bit of water to loosen up the paint. I use heavy body acrylic paint. Maximum overdrive. Well, that was a car though. Well, they do got enough cars talking, and enough automated ones to get you into accidents, get you in all sorts of trouble. They got them out there though, you know. All right, something like that. Okay, all right. I want to have a little bit of depth in those trees. Those trees are a little bit more in the front. So let's get a little bit of black. Same, we'll mix it here with the same color. We're gonna water it down a little bit. All right. It's not truly black. It's got the grayish brown in it. And we'll put some darker ones in there like this. And you keep it relatively thin, so they appear to be in the background there. Okay. Just kind of put them in there. Come from the back like that. You know. Let's pop them in there. Even where you don't think you'll see them, put them in there anyway. Put them in there. It's all right. All right. Put them in there. Oh, they do have mechanical reborns. Oh, nice. Kind of brings that Chucky thing all into perspective, doesn't it? Okay. Let's have a little fun. Let's put some deciduous tree leaves in there. Okay. I guess I can go the Bob Ross route with these, I guess. Let's get a little bit of, you guys are gonna have to excuse me for a second. Somebody's beeping me, and they don't know that I'm live. Chat amongst yourselves. In 1 second, I'll just bring this phone over here in my direction. I do have a notorious habit for not bringing the phone with me. But I will turn off the sound. There. All right, sorry about that. Okay, let's get some leaves going here. I think I still want to stick with the yellow ochre. I'll throw it around here somewhere. And I'll put it in with the black. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. I know I will. But we're cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, I shall take this 1-inch brush with a whole bunch of bristles in it, and we'll just gather up some blue here and gather up some of this yellow ochre. Nice deep green there. I'm putting the paint into the bristles pretty good. It should work. All right, we're gonna get some kind of you want to work with rounded shapes, kinda, but they're not haphazard looking. All right, if you can see it, you can see the sketch of the barn here, right? And we'll work with that right from the top of the barn. I'll use the corner of the brush, even though I got all of it filled. Okay, but I'll use the corner of the brush, and we'll kind of pop some in there like that. All right, just like so. Of course, you're not going to see all of it, but you will in the highlighting. But the thing is to get those leaf-like patterns going. Okay, I'll throw some up in here, just like that. Put some around. It's really just shadowing the barn, really, a little bit. We're going to have different colors of green going on here. So if you don't really see it too great yet, you will. Okay, there's going to be all sorts of colors of green going through. I'm not going to cover up all of the trunks. And I'm still using just a corner of the brush. This style of painting, you need a good chunk of paint going on, putting it into the bristles. All right, and we're just going to keep working this color. As they get brighter, you'll see. All right. And you kind of judge where, exactly where you want to have the trees end, and maybe some bushes down below. If I choose to put them there, they would be maybe up in this area here. I'll just kind of outline it with a yellow right up in here. So maybe up around in here, a little higher. So that just kind of fleshes out where the tree line would be. I'll put some of that yellow right up in there like that. All right. But that's just for right now. Okay. All right, let's go with a little bit of blue. A little bit of yellow. A little touch of white, just a small touch, so more blue. More blue in it. Now I'm going to some water. A thin paint does stick to a thick paint, so I'm gonna water that up a little bit. Now, once you start highlighting and using brighter colors, thinner paint, you have to use it very light. Okay, I'll show you. Where would I want the light source to be? Where do I want the lit half of the barn? I guess I have the barn shine from over here. This would be the dark half. So this is the dark half. All right, and that would be the light half of the barn there. All right, because the barn is like, it's here like that, and you got the little half there. Okay, so this is the lit half of the barn over there. All right, with that in mind, we'll do it this way. Corner of the brush. Watch this. Corner of the brush. Look at this. Look. Just little taps like that. Corner of the brush. Nice little patches in there. Come out in here a little bit. Cross them in. Come a little bit lower if you got to. Just like that. Pop them right in there. Just like so. Get you some more. Make sure it's still pretty thin. Okay. Kind of corner it in here a little bit. Just like that. She's just a G. How you doing, Sonia? She's just a DJ. Okay, let's go with a little more blue. Maybe even a touch of brown in there. Get some of that yellow going. A little more on the blue side. I need more blue. A little touch of blue here. Now, as you can see, I'm not killing all of that bark back there. Okay, right beside some of that light color, I'm gonna kind of pop in a little bit of the little blue in there, especially down below where the pretty close to the bushes there. So you want some, some darker leaves to kind of tease them in there, here and there. Usually in back of the shiny stuff that I put in there. Up on the top, you get surrounded. I'm gonna get a little water, just a little pinch of water, just to loosen that paint up a little bit. Might not see all of it, but it's definitely in there. And you'll see some of the bits of the trees in there, the bits of the tree trunks. Okay, let's get, maybe I can sneak some in there. Nope, I cannot. Shameful. Hold on 1 second. We'll build just a little bit more depth in the corner. So I ran out of black. I covered it up. There's a touch of black in there. Yeah, you guys can see it down on the bottom there. A little touch of black. Put it in with that green, just like that. We're gonna kind of, especially down by the bushes, add some of that dark in there. Just by the bushes, add a little bit. And usually by the corners, put them in there. By the corners over here, slap them in there a little bit. Come on here, frame that barn a little, just like that. Not everywhere, just little deep pockets, obscure, dark pockets of the darkness within all of that. Now, you might not see it too good because of the glare, so we really have to lighten that up a little bit, but we will. We definitely will, don't worry. Just clean off the brush real quick. Hey Bruce, what's happening? Well, Bruce, this is and for those of you who came in a little while ago, this is 14 by 20 watercolor paper on top of glued to a foam board. All right, I mentioned to Bruce earlier that I bought a pad of 18 by 24, 140 pound weight watercolor paper. It's a massive sheet of paper, and it's perfect really to spray glue on foam board, and this is what you have here. And this is what I'm working with right now. Okay. All right. Let's strengthen a little bit of, I'm going into my little bit of white, into this green. I'm going to add a little bit of brown into it. I'm just going to strengthen up some of the tree bark there. This might do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Just a little bit here and there. Strengthen some of those up like that. Bring some kind of down there. Up in here a little bit. Pop a couple in there. Just a few bits, just here and there. We'll add gentle little highlights here and there in some of these guys. I'll get a little bit of water so I don't have to push as hard with the brush. Just like that. Put a couple of them in there. Dangle them. Come from the top too. Come from the top. When you have a few of them coming from the top, they kind of brings them a little closer. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're pretty decent here. It's like that. Just like so. All right. All right. Now, why are you going to get Bruce started? Look how he's helping you thaw chicken, the car wash. Working at the car wash. Working at the car wash. Sonia bringing chicken to the car wash. Surround brush. Okay. Once again, even though it's a round brush, usually the corner of the brush, all right, it gives you interesting little patterns going on. See that? And just brighten it up in certain spots, certain areas. Not all over the place though. By the barn here, you can kind of open some of that up there. Maybe up around in here a little bit. Couple back here. I think that's cool. Up around in there. Yeah. Let's do something with those bushes back there. We'll get a little bit of blue. We'll kind of give a slight push like that. You're not going to see them too well until I lighten it up a little bit. We've got some here. Have some come up here. Just twist your brush a little bit. This is just Bob Ross stuff. Come by the barn here. Pop some in there like that. Okay. I ran out of my yellow ochre. Yellow ochre is a little deep, so we'll go with a brighter yellow. Because we want to bring those guys out front a little bit, so we'll go with cad yellow. I'll probably need a lot more than that, but for right now, we'll kind of pop it in there, just like so. Might use just a slight touch of water. It's a slight touch. Nah, I don't want to put white in there. Okay, and then we'll just gentle touch. Just see, look, gentle Very soft touch in there. Look at that. All right, bring them out there. You can come by the barn here, add a few bits of love in there. Come out here, like so. Pop some in there like that. Come in the back of the barn back there, pop some up there like that. All right. I can use a few of these up in here. We'll kind of put some green in there, just little batches here. Come out here. Really effective where it's darkest at. So come up around in here. I'm pushing downward. Still going kind of a circular motion though. Now these are watered down, so once it dries, it blends in with all the other stuff. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Oh, nice. All right, Jen, I'll see you. Thanks for stopping by. Bruce, I started right from the very beginning. All this was just a white sheet. I started with the tracing of the house. Then I did it with the marker and the ink. Let it dry, covered it up, taped it up. Everything was done live. So everybody's watching this right from the very beginning. Well, those who wish to watch it was watching it from the very beginning. Say it that way. All right. Let's put that away. Let's get a little bit of, I think I'll use a fan brush for this. We'll get a little bit of black. The fan brush. Not much, no glycerin, Bruce. Just water and paint, really. And I'm just going to kind of, really, it's just me solidifying the ground. Where's the ground at here? So putting some dark spots in to where the ground would be. So just little spots here and there. Where do you want the kind of the ground to be at? So not much in the area of black. We'll kind of pop some of that ground back here too. It's just really going up into the trees a little bit, the bushes, kind of solidifying where those are. No more than that, actually. That's about it, really. Okay, let's work on what do we want to do all in here. Now, obviously, I can put grass in there, or what have you, and we will. I'm just thinking of something right now. For right now, we'll just do one of these numbers with the black. We'll just flesh this out a little bit. And I'm just kind of sketching it out for right now. Does it mean it's going to stay? Not necessarily. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll make that a little wider here. Come on toward this way. A little more black. And we'll have it come this way. We'll just kind of curve it this way. So we're going out this way, come this way, come that way. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. All right, let's take a 1-inch flat or 1-inch brush here. Not necessarily a flat one. We're gonna get a little touch of water, not much, just really to thin out the paint and cover more ground with it. We'll kind of just lay out some grass here, just right up in here. You might not see it because it's pretty, it's not too light. I'm just checking things out for a second. I can pretty much see where it's going, but you guys might not. Like I say, it's kind of dark for you, kind of dark. I just want to see if I can get away with it. I think I can. So I'll lighten it up a little bit. Let's take a little bit of yellow. A small amount of white. Okay. Don't get rid of all your deep green that's in there. Your ground color. Don't get rid of all of that. Come here. I'm going, as you notice, I'm going straight across. It's almost like waves. All right. So I'm going straight across. I don't have to make it look like toy soldiers. Patchy, but still straight. So I start off like this. Straight, then you spread it out a little bit. Keep going straight. Still a straight line though. You can curve it, do whatever you feel you need to do with it. I'm not going straight in like this. It's at a slight angle. Get some more blue. Get some more yellow. Slight touch of white. Little touch of water, loosen up the paint just a tiny bit. And you continue on your trek to making your grass. Come out here. Now obviously as you get closer, the grass gets finer and finer and finer. We'll add some interesting little patterns down here. We'll put it all on here, right to the bottom. Even though I'm closer here, it is more fine here. A bigger brush would do you better. I do have one. I'm just too lazy to use it. I'd rather go through all of this. Believe it or not, I'd rather go through all of this. But you would cover more area with it. Well, hello, Bree. How are you? Welcome. Some people are in here for the long haul. I started from the very beginning, like a white sheet of paper, and traced a house on here. Okay, so you can pretty much. Well, hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. A little touch of water. I do got some. This is one of the good things about thick paint, you know, just a touch of thick acrylic paint. A little bit of water, it brings it right back a little. There we go. Put that curve in there. There we go. Okay. Okay, now you see the path pretty much. All right. We'll keep it pretty dark in there. All right. Let's do something here while I got this brush out. Let's kind of do a little something. Hold on for 1 second. I'm pulling this brush toward me. Okay, I'll turn it upside down, and we'll just kind of pop some bright stuff in there like that. Come up here and do that. Come around in here and do the same thing, just like that. Just like that. And we're just gonna kind of give it a slight push. Just brighten up some things back there, just like that. All right. Nah, I'll leave it dark back there. It's all right. Okay. I can still take some of this bright stuff. We'll just kind of add a little bit of Little spots of love here and there. Maybe even a little bit in here. Maybe a little couple of them up in here like this. Just little dabs of brightness. More back here though than anything. Even a couple of them here. Maybe a little bit right there. All right, we'll leave it like that. We won't touch it. Yes, I am, Maria. That's what it is. It's a wet palette. It's a small one. Yeah, there's no glycerin at all here. All water, just water and paint. I will most likely use it to glaze the barn, but yeah, it's just water, paint. All right. Let's mess with the path. While I'm thinking of it, I don't necessarily need to use. I'll just use this brush. It's all right. I don't necessarily need to use the fan brush for it. I'll get some brown here. I'll put some red in, some alizarin crimson in with the brown. Slap some yellow in there. A baby touch of white. I'll use the size of the brush to do it. And I'm going to go in a straight line, but I'll curve it like this. I'll just curve right here. Straight, go straight, go straight. I'll curve it, but I'm continue to go straight, just like this. I'll go slow. Curve, longer curve, wider curve. See that? Wider curve, let's go straight. I'll turn the brush around. Got more of it coming. Straight, curve it. Come out this way. Don't worry about the black all in between it. It's okay, curve, keep it straight, curve. It's hard to say, it's an oxymoron to say straight and curved at the same time. But I think you know what I'm talking about. And I'm just using the sides of the brush. Okay. Little touch of yellow. We'll put it right up in here. A little bit of white. Go back into the brown a little bit. Bring it right up in here. Side of the brush. Right in here. Just like that. Go from the side. Turn the brush around if you got to. Don't worry if you feel you have too much on there. You can always correct that. Don't worry about it. If it's too strong over there, don't worry about it. Fret not. Fret not. Fret not. A little touch of black, a little touch of that brown. Go over here and mix it in there a little bit. You just come back. Come back with it. If it's too strong, see how you can kind of chill some of that out. See that? All right, you can always come back to it. So you have it any way you want to. This is your land. All right, this is your area. You do what you feel is right. I'll come over here. I'll throw some little touches of black in here just to kind of frame where we are here. Do that in here. I'll kind of frame that up in there like that a little bit. You can always go a little too heavy in one way or one direction or the other. Don't worry about it. You can always come back and correct it. That's the thing about acrylic paint. You follow me? If you don't like that little dark spot, it's all right. You know, get a little bit of green, you cover that up a little bit there like that, rub it out. And nobody will know that black spot was ever there. Relax. It's all right. It's all right. You'll be all right. Put some green stuff in there, sneak it into the road there. You know, nature always tries to horn back in, you know. Put it in there a little bit. All right. Okay. Once again, let's have a little fun. Have a little fun. Flat brush. Let's go into our black. This is very thick black. It's artist loft, very thick black paint. I'm gonna pile it on the brush here. This is a 1/4 inch brush. It's not a 1/2 inch. It's 1/4 inch. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Great way to really get that perspective in your paintings. I'm gonna get a little bit of water to thin out the paint a little bit because we're getting smaller and smaller. Sometimes it's just a simple dot. So, all right. Talk about working that perspective out. Look at that, right? A little thicker here. These are on our side here. A little taller, a little thicker here. And you do have to make that distinction. All right. It's not totally off the panel. They're thicker here. Okay. These guys are a little more robust. And we'll curve him. We'll put him right there. Actually, we'll put him up here like that, and we'll continue him over here. Don't try to make things picture perfect. It's not that type of painting. Why am I painting them black? Well, for one, I can see them. Let's have him go inward. We'll let them dry a bit. We'll come back to them a little bit later. Let's take the strip liner brush. I'll put it right here on the corner. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll put them right here. I'll make them a little grayish. Get plenty of water when you do this fine stuff. It's hard to mention plenty of water with a strip liner brush, but yeah. Try to get it at a very inky consistency. If you want to continue it on, you can continue that on. Up to you. Whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever floats your boat. Depends on how much detail you want to put in it, you know. Really up to you. Alrighty then. I think he's talking about you don't keep goats in with a rope. One, they're gonna chew it and walk right through it. And you'd be surprised what goats can squeeze through. So, you know, yeah. Okay, let's go back to this guy right here. I'm going to take the same kind of grayish I got here. I'm gonna add a little brown to that gray right in here, just like this. I'll use the side of the brush. I'll probably wipe a lot of this paint off the brush. And just a little bit of side post action red up in here like this. Hey, I forgot that little bastard. Good thing I found that out there. I see you there, buddy. I see you. I forgot you were right here. Ah. Okay. Okay, I got you. See, I made a little error. But that's okay. Get a little bit of yellow. Get a little bit of blue. It's all right. A little more yellow. A little touch of white. Gonna have to do a rope-ectomy. Right up in here. Rope-ectomy right there. We'll take some of this black and we'll just get that out of there. Kind of make it disappear a little bit there. Well, your full files that one. Get that up in there. Take a little touch of brown. Kind of get you out of there. Well, your full files it there. One of them there mysterious disappearing pieces of rope there. We'll just have him kind of go that way. Just like that. All right. Now we're gonna have to make him disappear too. Make him disappear. See how you can make things just kind of go away a little bit? See that? That was an error I had to catch. Thank you, Maria. Okay, back to this. It's really basically me just dry brushing one corner of this. Just a little tap of color. Like that. Some love on the other side here. All on one side. All on one side if you can. I'm using a brush with a pretty decent sharp edge to it. Like so. Alrighty. I'm still looking at things here. Okay. Now, I can keep it pretty much wild and woolly. Just add on to the grass like this. Because if I start adding like little bits of pink and yellow and stuff, it kind of tames the grass, and you know, we'll put a few in there, but I don't want to really overdo it. I try to want to maybe keep them kind of wild looking. But before we go on to that, I need some more yellow. See, as we get toward the broader picture, you can work on smaller and smaller subjects as you're getting closer and closer to being done. Remember, the last thing we'll probably do will be the barn itself, which won't be too terribly difficult because that's probably the only thing we'll be using glycerin on. A little travel. Spayed, neutered, up to you. Whatever helps y'all out the best. I prefer castrated. Let's get a little white. Put it in this yellow, put it in this green, kind of make it stick out a little bit, all right? Even though it's funny with me saying this, you need plenty of water on this script liner brush. I don't know how much water you think you're gonna get with a script liner brush, but plenty of water, all right? Okay, here we go. Yeah, you guys should be able to see this. And we're gonna just add some nice little tall grasses in there. More water. Put them right around those fence posts in there. Put them in there, just like that. Hopefully you guys can see me now. Let's add a little more white. You would be shocked to know how much more white you would need to add to a color to brighten it up for it to be seen compared to the other colors. Because remember, acrylic dries flat. It dries darker than what you put them on. All right. So keep that in mind. With this fan blowing on my painting here, it doesn't take long for this stuff to harden up and dry. On the other side, show some love over there too. For some reason, maybe time, maybe I'm not thinking about it, but I really don't. Back in the beginning, way before I had a YouTube channel, I used to do a lot of this. A lot of paintings like this. I wasn't really teaching then. I was just, just painting. Let's add some of these joys in here like this. Pop them in. Really need to be watery. I should use a bigger brush for these. So what I'll do is I'll just take it, I'll just slow it down a little bit. There. Make them a little taller. Slow it down, make them taller. A little thicker if you can. I'm just getting more water. Come out here, add a few out here like this. They tend to be in little patches, if you will, like that. Smaller ones kind of splay outward. Try not to put them in little lines or whatnot. All right, you got some big ones here. Put them right in there. Put some thicker ones in there. It brings you closer to them, like that. Put them in there. That was my bad. Take a little time with them. Curl that one up like that. Put them in there like that. Then you go back to them. Put some small ones in there, here and there. Thank you, Travel Dreamer. Smaller ones, little wispy ones, little tiny guys in there. Kind of pop them in like that. Put a couple in here. You'll barely see a few. Some you'll see a lot of. You know, just kind of whatever. No problem. I gotta take my beast out in a little bit also. I'll just put a few in there, you know, something like that. Don't let the other side get jealous. Put some over me in there. Put some up all in here. Come over here a little bit. Just a little patch of them in there. Shorten them up if they're a little too large. I'll put some tiny ones back there like that. Come over here. Pop some in here like this. It's all right. Okay. Let's take a tape shouldn't be over here. Let's take a toothbrush. Let's dip it in some water. Let's get a little bit of blue. We'll put the blue right here. Get a touch of white. Put the white in there like that. It should be somewhat thick enough. Or thin enough. I don't think so. Definitely got to be light enough though. You pop in a few of these guys in there like that. Pop some in there like this, coming in here, and you can put a few bluebell looking things over there, but pop them in there like that, here and there. Some of this will dry up. Okay, let's get a little bit of white. Let's pick another spot. We'll pick right there. Get a little bit of yellow. Put that yellow in there, really kind of. A little bit of water. Let's put these toward the center here. It's not enough water. Titanium white's pretty thick monster. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Put it toward the center there and there. Put a couple of those little things in there over here like that. Get them off the wood real quick. All right. Pop some in here like that. Get them out of the woods. Get them out of the woods. It's all right. You'll be fine. It's okay. It's all right. You will be okay. All is not lost. Oh, we're getting close to that, Maryland. We are. I'm just thinking of something here. I'm just thinking of something. All right. Guess I should have brushed my hair. Okay, let's take off the bar and let's see what we got here. Be very careful. You pull, lift, go slow. You really don't want to tear this stuff up. I would like to, in a perfect world, try to get all of it off in one pass. It may or may not happen that way. But you do have to be careful. This is paper, it's not canvas, so I have to watch it. So I'm pulling as I'm lifting. careful. Now, in a perfect world, this should look like a black and white photograph with all that green, like that. All right. Isn't that crazy? Now, I'm just doing this with a building, but you can do this with an animal, a human being, whatever subject, really, okay, to get something like this. Now, the fun part is incorporating this into the rest of this painting. All right. Okay, dokie. Let's have me get up for a second. Excuse my body. Let's sorry about that. I don't have the control like I used to because it's up on the window ledge. It's cobbled up there. Okay. I'm thinking of something when I'm all right. Let's get to this. We'll do some of the smaller details, I guess, just to get them out of the way. Let's take a little bit of, now we're going to go into more or less the glycerin stage of this. I can use water, but I'll do the glycerin thing. My little tiny brush with glycerin, I get a little bit of blue, put it in there. It's more paint or more glycerin than blue. I'll get a slight touch of alizarin crimson. We'll deepen that a little bit. And we'll go in here and we'll just kind of silently purple him out there. Now I can just color the whole thing if I want. Like that. And just put him in there. I'll get maybe a slight tinge of brown and blue. I want to make them a little more mysterious. I'm just adding a little blue to that brown, still full of glycerin. We'll just darken them up a little bit, just kind of make them, like, you know, kind of barely be seen in there like that. All right. We could probably do the same thing with this fella. Gonna put him in there. All right. Okay. All right. Let's play with the rest of this guy. Let's take a little bit of, actually before I do that, let's just take my Mr. Softy brush. I'll put it here. Yeah, you guys see it here. And I'll put it right here. Look down here, right down here. Let's take a little bit of this green. I know, green, right? We'll take the green and we'll throw some of that in there like that. Real thin like. Yeah, we'll throw a little bit of that up in there like that. Pop some of that up in here like this. A little, right here in the corner. And kind of throw that around in there like that. Alizarin crimson. A little bit of water in this alizarin crimson. Okay. Throw it in there. Pop some of that in there. Hey, remember those bricks? Yeah, I know you guys do. Remember those bricks down there? Yeah, throw those bricks in there. Put them in there. Put them in there. Yeah. Cover up the door a little bit. Slap some of that up in there like that. Put some of that coloration in there. This is not glycerin. This is just water and paint right now. Okay. Something like that. Let it dry a little bit. Let's work with that. Let's get a little bit of brown, blue, and this light green. Some glycerin. Try to keep within the lines, don't do what I just did. Glycerin makes your paint transparent, which is why I can get away doing what I'm doing here. And if you don't like the color, you can actually wipe it right off. So it's really up to you how much of it you want on, how much of it you don't want on. Just move it around a little bit. All right, let's take a little glycerin, maybe a little water with the glycerin. Or I mean, the alizarin crimson. This is just alizarin crimson and water. Touch of water and that alizarin crimson there. It's like a 1/4 inch brush. Keeps a nice sharp edge. All right. It's really up to you guys if you want to see me do more paintings like that. It does take time, but it does show me doing them from the beginning right to the end. I do have a series that shows a bit of this, actually. As a matter of fact, let's get that a little deeper. I like that color. It's kind of, yeah, make it a little deeper there. That's better. I like that. I like that a lot better. There, make it a little deeper. All right. We're gonna go with a slightly wider brush. A little more glycerin. We'll start messing with, little colors here. I'll go with a little bit of the red. Put it right in there. Get a little touch of brown with the red. No water, just glycerin. Remember, the glycerin just makes your paint transparent. You can go over this stuff a few times if you would like, up to you. Glycerin, when it dries, it expands, all right? So if you see streaks, you won't see them long. And if you can't tell, glycerin is very reflective. All right. We're gonna go into our brown here. A little more brown. Not really the right brush for it, but it's okay. A little touch more glycerin, just to loosen it up a little bit. As glycerin dries, obviously it will sparkle less and less, of course. And once you get done laying the glycerin down, it doesn't mean that you can't reapply glycerin with another color on top of this. Yes, you can. Because you're putting more transparent color on top, glaze, on top of transparent glaze. What you're not going to remove is the acrylic that was put on with water. That's not going anywhere, no matter what you put on it. Okay. I'm going into a little touch of blue. A little bit of alizarin crimson if I can scrape up some here. I almost made a double mistake there. So I'm just getting a little shadow color. Not really the correct brush. This is a hog's hair brush. You do better with a smoother brush. I just want to darken this side a little more. Bring it right into the red, the shadow side of the barn. So you can kind of, you know, add a little love like that to it. No problem, Marilyn. No problem. I appreciate you staying as long as you did. Really do. Now, obviously, there's a lot of glare on this side, so you don't really see the detail. You don't see anything really going on over here. Sorry about that. But as she dries, as she dries, actually, well, no, I like that. I'll keep that in there. The shine to come off, you know, it'll wear away. All right, so we pretty much got the barn somewhat taken care of there. I want more shadow on it, so I'm going to get some blue and black. I'm mixing the blue and black up, but I'm not going to use this brush. I'll use the softer brush. I still want a deeper shadow on this side. I still want a stronger sense of the dark side in the lit side. So I have black and blue mixed with glycerin. I'll just give it a quick tester here. Still got glycerin on this. And see, you can put glycerin on top of glycerin. Glycerin is omnidirectional. If you feel you got too much on, you can always wipe some off. This is not too much, believe it or not. It is not. This is actually perfect. You still see the red. You still see all of that. I'm just smoothing out the color. This soft brush, just manipulating it. Bring it as close to the edge as I possibly can. Right to the edge. I can wipe this stuff off my brush and actually just kind of wipe it off of this. I just want is just to darken it a little bit. And trust me, when it dries, you'll still see all that stuff happening under there, just like you would see it under here. Now we have a definitely dark side and a definite lit side, all right? Let's take a little touch of glycerin. Get some more of that dark, same brush, okay? Look at this. See this? See how easily you can do that? Okay. And we'll play around with some of that up in here a little bit. Bring some of these back here a little bit. That same shadow color. You mess around in the trees a little bit, you can bring some of these trees back, those branches back. You can subdue some of this stuff. See this? Just the same shadow color. Put them in here. You don't have to put it everywhere. All right. Because you can manipulate and move this color around. It's the fun part. Okay, we're gonna pan the camera back. No, Bruce, you can definitely do it. I'm gonna pull back a little bit. It's definitely doable. We're gonna still try to incorporate more of this barn into the painting. We don't really need to see the palette anymore. I'll get rid of the palette. I'll expand this thing. So I'll get it sharp in here. Okay. All right. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. Because I want to bring those woods further back in the back. So I just got a little tray here. I'll take a wider brush. I'll take this flat thing here. I'm going into my glycerin with the flat brush. This is actually a varnish brush. I'm gonna just wipe it on this tray. I'll get a little bit of blue, a little touch of black. So it's blue, black in this glycerin. More shadow color actually, if anything. Get a little more glycerin. Might be a little reflective, but this is so, not meaning to rhyme, but it's very effective. Let's put these these trees in the background a little bit more. Just the trees. Just the trees. Put them in the back there. So it's a little bit of blue, a little bit of black. Kind of put it back there. Put some trees back there a little bit. I don't want to bother the bushes so as much. But just put these guys back here with that blue black color. Just like that. Just like that. Don't worry about the streaks, they'll disappear. Don't worry about that. But now these guys are up front, those fellas are in the back. Tone down some of the gray green a little bit. Brings him out a little bit more. Follow me. Alright. That's really it. And just let it dry, let it do what it does. Water takes off glycerin like a hot knife through butter. All right. So, I'll put this right here. I don't necessarily really want to obscure any of the barn, but if I wanted to bring the barn back a little further, I can add, you know, some tree of some sort there, or at least the trunk of a tree or a branch coming, you know, but I don't really want to obscure the look of the barn too much. I can put one back there, put one there, or I can put it here and just kind of curve it, but it, you don't, it kind of splits the painting in half if I do it here, because it would be too much of things happening here, but just the barn there. So if I would do it, it would be half of half. You got me? To even it out a little more. Okay. So even if I put a, hey Sheila, how are you? Let's see here. I'm still thinking it. Yeah. All right. I'm looking for a pretty decent flat brush. I'll pick this guy. This is actually a 1/2 inch brush, slightly beaten half to death. Yeah, it'll do for all intents and purposes. I'm just going to use straight black for the time factor, because I know I've been on this for a little while. I'll get a little touch of water, not much. We'll sketch out a small tree, small one. We'll put him, we'll make him interesting looking anyway. Somewhere around there. And not too much, a little thicker. Put him in there. We'll get him a little thicker here. That's about it, about the size of him. I just gotta look closer, make sure he's all right. He's proportioned all right. Once I get him proportioned okay, then, you know, we can go out from there. I gotta bulk him up a little bit down bottom here. Actually, I think he's A-okay. Forgive my head. I think we got him all right. I think that'll do. Forgive my head again. It's very reflective. I just got to make sure the edges are sharp. All right. It's all right. It's okay. I'll see you, Bruce. All right, we'll let it dry a little bit. We are nearing the end. This is like the final step here. Let's get a fan brush. We'll incorporate a little more of this barn into the painting itself. I'll get a little bit of green, get a little bit of black, darken up a little bit, maybe a little brown in there. You know, we'll kind of pop in some grass that's in there around it. Bring some of that grass out this way, spread it out, open it up. Bring it out here a little, just like that. It's really just incorporating a little bit of the grass, just include it into the barn itself, so it doesn't look like it's just sitting in the padding. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me get a little bit of rubbing alcohol with the glycerin here. A little towel. Just wipe it off. And that's that. Let the air hit it. Perfectly dry. The glycerin's gone. And that's it. Alright. Put them back. Throw this in the garbage. Mr. Palette knife. Alright, let's look down here. Yeah, we still got the palette here. A little bit of brown. We'll just kind of mix it up in with the rest of the mush. Spread it out, get a little bit of white, what I got left, put it in there, spread it out, open it up. Something like that. Slight touch of black in there. We'll use a little bit of black in there. So I just cut it in half, it just deepen it, make it kind of a grayish color. Mix it up in there pretty good. All right, a little swipe go across, like that. We'll start designing the tree a bit here. I'll go from this area here. I'll just kind of tap in some textures. Right on the very edge, tap that texture in there. Just like that. Make a nice gnarly fella. Just like that. You guys may or may not be able to see this because of that glitter. The glow of the glycerin. There's no glycerin on the tree itself, but I'm just talking about the like that. Bring it out here a little bit. Right up on the top there. Just like that. Okay, let's take some of the brighter stuff. We're gonna put it on the other side. Right on this edge. Tap it on. Come on down with it. Right to the edge there. A little bit more. I mean right to the very edge of the tree. And just wipe it on across. I'm just coming down, trailing it right into some of the dark area, right into the other color. So you always need a light and a dark side of any object that you're going to paint. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of white, what little bit I do have left, and it's very little. That's not enough. I really don't want to use, this is like the very end of the thing, but I'll do it anyway. A little touch of white there. I'm not going to use total titanium white. It'll be mixed in with probably just a little bit of this light brown here. Make it fairly bright. Right on this edge. Even if I just had to do a little tap. On this edge there. It's just bringing the tree outward. The tree has to come out in front. You follow me? You don't need too much. It is bark, so it's going to be kind of rough and gnarly anyway, so it plays right into it. Give it a little press. Have some of the light catch it a little bit, but it's right on its very edge, just like that. Okay. All right, guys. Sign my name on it. I don't have nothing big enough for a frame. I can shut this off and get rid of that. Hold on one second. As a matter of fact, I can probably get rid of me. Y'all still hear me, but I just won't be there. Okay. You should still hear me. I think. But I do appreciate you guys. Some of you may have been here from the very beginning. This is an extremely long video. I knew it would be. Thank you, Johnny. Oh. Okay, let's take the tape off this thing. See what we got here. This is 14 by 20. Watercolor paper on top of foam board. So it's extremely light, but very sturdy. There you go. All right, well, there you have it, guys. I'll, as you know, and what I usually do is just I'll take a photo of it. I'll probably have to wait for it to dry so you don't see, the glycerin marks on it. So I have to wait. So it may be late tonight or sometime tomorrow morning, but either way, you guys will see it. When it's finished, I'm just getting rid of my paper off my wet palette that I made a mess out of. I knew that paint would get on it. I knew that would happen. My fault. Yuck. Fine, I'll worry about it later. All right, guys. I appreciate it. I think you guys can hear me. All right, still hear me good. All right. I do appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, 2 hours and 41 minutes and counting. So yeah, I've been on here a minute. But not too bad for a couple hours, almost 3 hours. So thank you guys. I do appreciate it. You guys have a very safe weekend. I shall see you when I see you. You guys take care. All right? All right. Peace.